A man can be completely in disorder, and there may not be a protection. There can be a spiritual desolation, a spiritual brokenness. And that's what exactly happened in the scripture when the children of Israel were taken captives in Babylon, and they were there for 70 years. 70 years they suffered in captivity. They could not worship their God. They could not go to the temple. They could not worship. They could not have a spiritual environment in a Gentile country. But there was a man whose name was Nehemiah. And this man thought about his own country. Being in captivity, he had a heart to do something for his own country, which is lying in waste. He was a man of integrity and genuinity. He was a man who not only thought about himself, but he also thought about his country, which is broken. Though there were some people from this captivity went to their own country where this destruction had taken place 70 years ago, even though they laid a foundation of the temple to start worshipping the Lord and building spiritual construction, still there was a lack of unity, a lack of integrity, and people could not rebuild the Jerusalem wall and the Jerusalem city. So this man Nehemiah, he urged king to help him, and he went on his way to Jerusalem to see the spiritual desolation. He saw that the situation of the city was not so good. It was in a ruined condition. So this man Nehemiah, started rebuilding the Jerusalem wall and Jerusalem city. That signifies the spiritual construction and spiritual protection. Today, some of us might be in spiritual desolation. There may be a spiritual destruction in us. There may be something has ruined in our life, but there is a hope of reconstruction. There's a glimpse of hope of rebuilding the spiritual protection. We can still go ahead and do that because God will be gracious to those who has a heart to rebuild the spiritual atmosphere or the spiritual protection or the spiritual surrounding. We need to defend ourselves, our spiritual realm. We need to protect ourselves from enemies' attack. And we can only do that by rebuilding or reconstructing our spiritual sphere of protection. We need to do that. The man Nehemiah was a man who sought God in his situation. We can do the same. We can seek God in our situation to help us to reconstruct the destruction and the ruin of our life. And God can help us through. May God bless us.